Is it really true that the miraculous medal, so beloved and so miraculous, was not made according to Our Lady's wishes? Well, yes, it is true. The real story of the miraculous medal is filled with conflict and intrigue, unbelief and misunderstanding, and a lot of tears for our saint, Catherine Labouré. When Our Lady first appeared to Catherine Labouré, her heart was filled with mystic wonder. But Our Lady told her that her mission would not be an easy one, a mission made for a hero with a heart full of courage. Often noted as the reason why St. Catherine became a saint, upon Our Lady's request, St. Catherine vowed to never tell anyone about her visions except her director. She had to keep the visions to herself and only speak about them with her director. And so enters, perhaps the antagonist of sorts, into our story, Father Aladel. This is certainly not to say that Father Aladel was a bad priest. It needs to be understood that Catherine was a very young woman, just having entered the convent, and the French Revolution, with all its turmoil, had just come to an end. Father Aladel didn't believe Catherine, and in fact, he thought her to be delusional. There were three main apparitions of Our Lady to St. Catherine. These have come to be known as, first, the apparition of Our Lady of the Chair, which took place on July 18th through 19th in 1830. The second and third apparitions are sometimes referred to as the Great Apparition of November 27th, 1830, and it has two phases. Phase 1 is Our Lady of the Globe, Virgin Most Powerful, and in Latin Virgo Partens, and Phase 2, known as Our Lady of Grace. Although historians have simplified the second two apparitions into Phase 1 and Phase 2 of November 27, 1830, there is a disagreement over whether both of these apparitions took place on the same day. St. Catherine herself witnessed to the apparitions happening over a period of months, with Our Lady appearing again and again. It is from the definitive biography by Father Joseph Dervin that we gain insight into what actually happened between Father Aladel and Catherine Labouré. After extensively reviewing historical artifacts, Father Dervin presents to the reader how the miraculous medal came to be designed. This book has been published many times over. It can be found online in full form, and it is also published by the Vincentians themselves in a series of articles. The relationship between Catherine Labouré and Father Aladel was quite strained. Each time, upon Our Lady's request, Catherine returned time and time again to Father, each time reporting what she had seen in her visions. St. Catherine was greatly hurt when Father told her she was like a nagging fly who would not let him be. The other sisters witnessed that Catherine was often seen crying and shaking before going to speak in person with Father Aladel. It was upon a message given from Our Lady, specifically for Father Aladel, that he began to worry that his judgment may have been wrong. Our Lady said, "Tell Father Aladel that he is my servant, and he would not wish to displease me." Father Aladel then reported to his superior, Father Etienne, what had happened. Together they made a meeting with the Archbishop of Paris to discuss the apparitions which the nun had supposedly been seeing. It was at this time that the Archbishop authorized the first making of the Medal of the Immaculate Conception. We must remember that the dogma of the Immaculate Conception was not to have been defined until the year 1854. According to Father Dervin, the Archbishop himself had a great devotion to Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, and so he approved of the making of the medal. Historians also note that the Archbishop remarked that if the visions were in fact real, the medals would prove themselves to be miraculous. A miracle for Mr. Vachette, the engraver whose business had been shut down. Upon the order of 20,000 medals, given at the instruction of Father Aladel in May of 1832, Our Lady had provided a miracle for this medal maker. So what had happened that the medals were not made according to the direction of Our Lady? And should this concern us? Yes, the fact that the miraculous medal was not made according to Our Lady's wishes is significant. According to Father Dervin, there were a number of reasons why the medal was not made according to Our Lady's first request. According to Father Dervin, Our Lady had asked that the medal be drawn up according to the phase 1 of the apparitions known as Our Lady of the Globe. Before getting further into the discussion, let it be noted what Father Dervin was not saying. Father Dervin was not saying that the miraculous medal was designed wrong. And in fact, he emphasizes that in the end, Our Lady accepted and blessed the design of the miraculous medal as was designed by Father Aladel and Mr. Vachette. And not only was it accepted, but that it went on to become the best known medal in the world. A medal of great miracles, a medal of immense power. And at this point, I can hear the naysayers saying, well, then who cares? As a teacher of 30 years, I can see my students closing their notes and getting restless, saying to themselves, why should I care? And the number one reason I will provide is the reason why we should care is because Our Lady cared.